I hate doing negative reviews for games because I know how much passion and time goes into creating them. But I tried. I really tried to enjoy this one because I was so excited for it. I first covered this game 2 years ago on my channel. It was one of the first ever videos I made, and I couldn't wait to play the full release. But sadly, there was more wrong with it than there was right. Also, before we get into it, hi, I'm Ellie, and this is the Cozy Gaming Club where we love to talk about all the latest and greatest cozy games. Today we are discussing Pixelshire, which launched yesterday on Steam, and I want to specify that this is a full release. It is not an early access release, but at the time of recording, it's sitting at a 28% mostly negative rating. And if I'm being honest, I completely understand why. So let's get into the review where I'll be talking about everything I liked and didn't like about this game. Starting with the positives. Terraforming. I love farming sims and I'm always looking for a farming sim that's doing something different. And the terraforming in Pixelshire really looked like it would help set this game apart as a farming sim with an Animal Crossing style of decorating. Especially as you can build and place the houses of new townsfolk as they move in, really letting you design your perfect town layout with multiple levels, rivers, ponds, and more. And this part of the game is really simple. You can use your shovel to dig down a level and create a river, or go up a level and make a hill or mound. It's super simple, and I had a lot of fun playing around with it. Plus, the adorable pixel art style really helps. I love this sort of simple kind of pixel art style they've gone for with this game, which really makes it stand out compared to Stardew Valley's very detailed pixel art. When it comes to the gameplay, there are a lot of nice features they've added as well, like the compass that you can use to find villagers. After selecting the villager you want to find from the top bar, a little arrow will point you towards where they are at that particular moment. Or sometimes this little house icon will pop up to let you know they're chilling at home. And speaking of villagers, you can also invite them to come adventuring with you, and they can help you to collect resources by chopping down trees or mining rocks. They are quite slow, so it's not super helpful, but it does help you save some of your stamina, which depletes rapidly in the early game. When it comes to the trees, flowers, and berry bushes, they seem to respawn every single day, so you don't need to worry about running out of resources. In fact, you may end up having so many resources, but the inventory is huge and it's easy to build a chest to store all your surplus in. One other neat feature is the addition of treasure spots, which you can dig up to get extra resources like stone or wood. But you can also unearth treasure like gold coins, which sell for a lot of money. This can really help you get a head start in the early game. From what I can tell, there's also no day-night cycle, but it does start to go dark after you've played for a while. I think the longest I spent on a day was almost 30 minutes because I had just had a lot going on and had a lot of stamina potions. But I didn't collapse or fall asleep, I just went to bed. So I'm not sure how long the actual day length is, if there is a limit, which I think could really appeal to some players. There's also some sort of fantasy plot going on here with goblins and magic, but I haven't been able to progress far enough to really understand that. It does sound interesting though, and I do wish I could see more of it. Okay, that's it for the positives. I do think this game has some good mixed in with all of the bad, and I do think it has potential if some of the bugs and quality of life issues can be addressed. So let's move on to the cons. One of the things you'll notice straight away when you start playing is that the tutorialization could use some improvements. There are times when you'll be asked to do something, then the text box will disappear, and I don't think there's a way to see that text box again. For example, I completely missed the explanation for how to gift items to the NPCs, and it's not super obvious if you don't know how to do it. You actually need to talk to them and then navigate their menus, and there are a lot of clunky aspects like this that are perhaps not the smoothest way to do things. The early game is also super grindy as you run out of stamina easily, and there isn't really any way to replenish stamina. For some reason, all the food and berries you can find and collect only restore your health, so it takes a while before you can find stamina boosting items. Stamina is of course used every time you use a tool, but unlike other games, this includes even when a tool doesn't do anything, which is very frustrating as the hitboxes in this game are not amazing. Even if you're standing right next to a resource and trying to clear it, sometimes it just doesn't work. I find that watering my plants takes 3 or 4 attempts as you do the wiggle to the left and the wiggle to the right to try and find the perfect spot to water them. Then, even if you've found the magical spot, Sometimes you'll accidentally add an extra hit because there's a little lag between pressing the button and the tool activating. Speaking of lag, there's also a lengthy build-up between pressing the button and the first time you swing your sword. So unless you're really prepared, you're probably going to take damage. And this game also has breakable tools, which is just the absolute worst and makes no sense to me. After you've used the tool for a while, the tool will break with a horrible cracking noise, and then you'll either need to buy or craft a new one. But the new tools are so cheap at 10 gold pieces that I don't think it's even worth it. It barely challenges the players at all, it's just more annoying than anything else. I also had a huge issue where my tool apparently broke and I didn't notice and almost quit the game entirely. For so long, I thought my game was soft-locked and my axe was bugged because I could navigate to it on the tool select wheel and the tool deterioration bar at the bottom left was almost full, but it just wouldn't work. Things like this need to be made clearer so that players can understand what has happened, especially if it happens right before you log off and you've forgotten when you come back on. Essentially, no one wants breakable tools. Can we stop adding them to farming games, please? But the issues don't stop there. After building my own home in Pixelshire, I started building my own farm around it, and built a lovely little pond to collect my water from. But it turns out that you can't just collect water from your pond, nor any of the other pre-existing ponds on the map. In fact, the only place you can collect water from is a stream next to the original farm. It's just my luck that I chose to build my home at the complete opposite end of town from it. So I hope they consider adding a well or something in the future. There's also no map in the game, or a calendar, which I think are both incredibly necessary in a game like this. The map would make it easier to navigate around areas and find certain things, and the calendar, well, this would be really helpful, especially with the strange season situation that's going on in Pixelshire. After starting the game in summer, you might assume that the next season would be autumn, as with most farming games. Well, you're wrong, because it's actually winter, so a lot of your crops will die, and to make matters worse, the month lengths aren't normal either. For some reason, they're only 10 days long, which means it'll probably sneak up on you really quickly like it did me. I wouldn't be against this and quite like the short seasons in Over Magica, but there needs to be a calendar or something to warn you or guide you through this, but instead it's just one big surprise. The villagers are also incredibly flat. I don't think it's even worth talking to them, and although I tried to give them things, they were not happy about any of them, and gave me the same response every time. You can get daily requests from your villagers, which is quite cool, and they're usually quite simple, like collecting a certain amount of resources or slaying a certain amount of monsters. But I found that some of these quests were quests I couldn't complete at the point I was up to in the game, which was a bit demotivating. There's also a quest limit, so you can only accept 7 additional quests at one time, and while there is a track button, it doesn't seem to be working, so you need to reopen the menu every time you want to look at a quest. There was also some sort of bug when I tried to delete one of my side quests that deleted more than one of them. The inventory is also annoying. It's a little pop-up on the bottom right side of your screen, but when it's open, you can't interact with anything in the main world. My final main negative is that when you're trying to plant seeds, it's so inconsistent about how it works. Sometimes when you press A to select the item in the inventory, it'll enter the planting screen. And other times when you press A, it'll just randomly plant them for you without giving you a chance to decide where you want them to go. This has happened to me twice now, and it's always somewhere completely random and not even on till ground. I'm just not sure how that works. It would also be remiss of me not to mention the plethora of bugs I've found in this game too. Between inconsistent audio levels between locations, persistent quest markers on villagers, and mixed up dialogue lines. While not game-breaking, they are very jarring. After playing over 3 hours of the game, I found myself soft-locked and unable to pick up this magical stone no matter what I did. Sadly, I needed this to craft a key to proceed with the main story, so this is where I had to stop with the game. I probably won't be playing any more of Pixelshire until the dev has done some patching to fix all these bugs and issues. If I even do go back to it, because there are so many other games releasing at the moment that are just more enjoyable and a much smoother experience. I hope this review helps you to decide whether to pick this game up or not. I think it has potential, but I personally just can't recommend it in its current state, especially not when there are so many other incredible farming games out there. But let me know what you thought about Pixelshire down in the comments. Have you picked it up or are you going to be? Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope to see you next time. Bye!